So this is probably the 100th time I've tried to do this video, as I keep running out of things to say. I know, shocker, right? So we're here at Autofest, and there's probably close to 100 cars here. We're not going to go through obviously every single one, as that probably wouldn't make for a very interesting video. We're just going to sort of touch on some of my favourites. This one's the Brera Spider. I think this was here last year. I mean, it's one of those cars that you'd remember seeing if you saw it. So, fantastic looking car. I was toying with the idea of getting a Brera before I bought the GT, but on my budget it was going to be either a ropey Brera, like an early one, or a sort of play it safe Alpha GT. Having said that, I didn't play it at all safe in my GT because, you know, it's done 170,000 miles, as I might have said to you a few times. But yeah, this one definitely a stunner, definitely drawn the crowd today, and yeah, nice to have another Alfa Romeo at the show. A few more here. It's a Buick Sky Lark, I want to say. I think that's what it's called anyway. Absolutely a beast of a car. It's, you know, when you see it next to this Volvo 1800 ES, sort of half the size, and then again comparing it to this TR8, you know, driving that on the road in the UK here, I mean, it'd be pretty scary. Audi A5, couple of minis. What we got over here? Seat Leon, another A5. Seat Cupra there. Couple of old Volkswagens, or a new one. Z4, Nissan Micra. To the show is these two Marcoses. This one's a GT 300, but the owners swapped out the standard engine to a Jaguar 3-litre V6, and this one's the GT 400. Nissan 370Z. There's three of those here, including a Nismo that's parked in the corner. Audi of some description. Ford pickup. Porsche Boxster S, so it's got the bigger engine in it. We've got over here Nissan Skyline, 3 Series BM, Rover 200 Coupe, quite nice. I think that's back over here. Mark 1 Golf GTI is the Volkswagen Corrado. This one's the beefier G60, which I think is the supercharged engine. The one up from this one, I think it was the VR6, which had the 2.9 in it, I think it was. I might have to check. It's a Mini Cooper, I guess, or Mini Works. I'm not really too interested in that. Something that is interesting, that's going to be the word of the day, I think. I'll try and stop using that word. I think it's a Nissan 200 SX. I think I've not cheated. I'm sort of I think I've just got a funny feeling it is. So, slightly modified. I don't think this came out of the factory like this. Good old Citroen C1. Don't think it's no, it's not the VTI one. Just standard, but yeah. You know, if you need a car to put around in, if you've been watching £1,000 Car Roulette, you know, I feature these quite a lot. You know, fun to drive and cheap to run. It's Lotus XL. Again, I think there's a few of these here today. I think this is probably sort of budget Lotus, you know, territory really, if you wanted one. If the Esprit's a bit too much, then hasn't quite got the presence of an Esprit, but yeah, still, you know, at least you can say you've owned a Lotus, I guess. It's 1992 Sierra Cosworth. I think there's a couple here today, haven't seen that many. With the OZ wheels. Again, not original, but yeah, to sort of finish it off nicely. Nissan 370Z, I think. I'm not sure what this is, I'm going to have a look. A Wartburg 1.3S from 1990. I mean, crikey. I mean, I have to say, I've never seen one before. Oh no, it's an American muscle car. I think, is it a Pontiac Firebird? Should we go around the back? Well, the headlights give it away really. It's a Lexus IS 200, I think, or IS 230, something like that. Again, sort of lightly modified. It's especially that engine as well. I mean, like I said, I don't think that's, not sure what he's running there, but lots of things going on. One of my favourites from the show is this Alfa Sud. Next up we've got Volkswagen Golf R32, and in bright yellow, which I have to say it actually looks really nice in it. The wheels look like a nightmare to clean as well. Just spend half your life cleaning those. Next up, Porsche 944. Absolutely adore these cars. Left-hand drive, but absolutely fabulous. Cracking car. Another BMW 3 Series. This one's sort of 1986, I think. This was sort of following us up to the car show. And yeah, again, these were when BMW made interesting cars, and the grills were a sensible size. Mazda MX-5 Mark III, I want to say. Talbot Sunbeam Rally Spec. Some of you may recognise my next choice. This is Rich's Lexus LS 400, and it's for sale if you're interested. It's very nice. It has a lot of attention today. It's absolutely amazing. And, it's a Mazda MX-5, but this one's a Urus, I want to say, which I think is the Japanese equivalent for this Cortina estate. I think so. Nice Ford Cortina. Not even sure what mark that is. I need to try and do a bit more research on my old Fords. Next is a Ford Popular, I think, from way back when. Another Lotus Excel. MGTF. These always got a bit of a disliking, because I think these are ones that were made in Japan, I think someone told me recently. They weren't really as robust as the MGFs that were prior to it. But a bit of summer fun, you know, it's not too bad. Very low Volkswagen Beetle. Up next, if you can hear me over AC/DC in the background, is this 1978 Triumph Spitfire. Absolutely love these. Got a lot of time for these. This one is absolutely gorgeous. I was chatting to my dad about these earlier on, and interestingly, he said a few years ago, before I was born, so just over 40 years, he managed to pick one up from a garage in Birmingham. It had no tax, no MOT on it at the time, but he paid the measly sum of £90 for it. So he wasn't sure what to expect, but he got him back home, which was over 100 miles, back to Nailsea, and he kept it for a little while. It was good to him, but ended up, I think, having a catastrophic failure and selling it to a scrapyard for £25 a few weeks later. So I suppose it was good while it lasted. You're too hard to find these for I think less than, I don't know, £8 I would say. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it on screen, but yeah, I mean, these are definitely worth a lot of money now, and it's not hard to see why. Next up, a couple of Stags. My old parts manager used to build these, apparently. Could explain the poor build quality. I'm only joking. Subaru Impreza. Not keen on this shape, but I like what he's done there. But yeah, I prefer the original, which ironically is just up here, next to an old Ford of something or other. Not sure what that is, we'll just skip past that. And yeah, it's the Subaru that took on the WRC. Subaru Impreza, 2-litre turbo. Very nice. When these came out in, well, this one's a 93, so I think it's an early one. I don't remember seeing an early one in this. They were everywhere to be seen. They really were a common sight on the roads, but it's because they mixed practicality and performance, so it was always going to be a winner. Next up, Jaguar Xkr V8, next to a Rover P6. Twitter favourite, Suzuki Swift Sport. Very nice that. Just pan across to the Mark 1 MX-5. Honda, can't think what it's called now, they were talking about him last week, van, not sure what that is, apologies. There's that Sunbeam again, another Triumph Stag. Alpha Sud there that I spoke about earlier on. I was chatting to the owner earlier. He's just waiting on an upgraded engine. He wants to put a 16 valve engine in it. You know, he's actually selling his other Alpha Sud that he's got. So yeah, Mini turbo as well. Ford Capri there, early one. Another Mini. I was chatting to this guy earlier, with the E-Type Jag 4.2 V8. 65,000 miles on the clock. He's had it 50 years. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm in awe of him, really. It's absolutely immaculate. He's taken it to the south of France. He said in that time it's only broke down the once, and that was in France. And but yeah, he said apart from that, it's fantastic. And he gets brownie points as well, because I brought my dad along today. He's fantastic. He's been talking to every single person with a car, so it could be a long day. But yeah, my dad's always loved E-Type Jags, and just trying to arrange with Graham at Great Driving Days to take one out. I think it's been restored at the moment, or was being restored, so I need to try and get that sorted out. But yeah, he let my dad sit in it, and yeah, we're just my dad just loved it. So looking forward to taking him out soon in an E-Type Jag. Time for something a little bit different now, because appreciate not everyone wants to look at old classic cars. This is a 1996 Honda Civic Type R, completely stripped out. Again, not a massive fan of these. You know, I guess I'm pretty old school when it comes to that, but I can appreciate, you know, a nice car, and I'm sure it's a hoot to drive. Might recognise this next car. It's Alfa GT, it's mine, but not here to talk about my car, so we'll move on. Next to Fiat Coupe, which recently won £1,000 car roulette. I prefer the colour of the one I found. This is obviously silver. It is the 20 valve turbo edition. So yeah, I just want to show you, if I can, if the camera's going to behave, just the interior, because he's had a colour-coded dash inside. So yeah, they did the sort of non-metallic blue, and obviously the dash to match, and it really did stand out. But yeah, very nice. Like I said, it's the only one here today. Quite a rare sight nowadays. A lot of them have just rusted away. Just zoom out to the back of those lights. I mean, this car is like 1998, is it? So it's what, 20 odd years old, and you know, if it came out tomorrow, you know, you wouldn't even know that, would you? I mean, it's just a fantastic looking car, and the petrol cap on the top wing there as well. This was just Fiat just going all out, and yeah, these really did sell in the masses. You know, they were just so unique. Nothing else out there at the time. If you think back to 1998, the cars we had, just nothing like this. I mean, even, you know, the little sort of sweeping lines above the wings there, just little things like that just made it an absolutely immense car, you know. And you can say, you know, have your Fiat jokes and what have you, but yeah, I mean, this was Fiat at its best, really. Talking of cars you don't see every day, how about this Renault Clio Sport, mid-engined, rear-wheel drive, I think. Lots of fun in the best colour I think they did it in, really. It's this blue. Very unusual, very rare. There's one that lives down the road from me, and I've never seen it. It's always parked in the same place. I don't think it's ever moved. I am tempted to go and knock on the door and see what's going on. I can't afford it, don't get me wrong, but it just seems a shame that it's just sitting there, just gathering dust, really, and it deserves to be on the road and enjoyed. Next up, and tugging at the heartstrings, is this Citroen Bx Gti, would you believe, from what, 1992, is it? It's the only one here, just shows how rare they are. A friend of mine had one of these growing up. Always loved the suspension when it worked. But yeah, I mean, that is a cool car. I think star of the show though for me today is this Plymouth Barracuda. Absolutely my cup of tea. I've been stood just watching it for the last 5 minutes thinking what I'm going to say about it, but it's just an absolute machine. I have to say I'm not that knowledgeable on most cars, let alone these American cars, so I'm not going to pretend I know the ins and outs of everything, but like with most cars, I just appreciate them for what they are and what they look like. So, and this is no exception. So yeah, fair play to the owner of this one. It's absolutely superb and definitely wins my heart today. A lot of people are starting to leave now, but I couldn't go without showing you this Datsun 260Z. Something else that's caught my eye. I'm not a massive bike fan, to be fair, I've never has been, but this Ducati 1200 is absolutely beautiful. So if you like your bikes, I guess this is the one to have. Absolutely lovely. You'd scare the hell out of me though, so I think I'll stick to four wheels. Series M5 leaving. He might hopefully give a bit of welly as he goes out. Oh, there we go. Right on cue. Thank you very much for that. Didn't get a chance to catch up with him earlier. Just Honda Type R Coupe. Nice. Looks like that Barracuda's going, so let's just record it going out. Hi Barracuda. That's it from me at Autofest. I hope you enjoyed the footage. I tried to cut it up in pieces, so it's not me just banging along merrily talking about a load of cars. And I'll catch up with you soon. Cheers.